Hi, and welcome to this channel, Investor's Empire. Today we will be discussing Logan Paul's apology to everyone after the CryptoZoo scam. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more investment and crypto videos. Now let's get into this video.
Well, it's finally over. Logan Paul apologized. It's definitely been a very interesting couple of weeks for the CryptoZoo holders because they went from getting nothing to something, all while Logan Paul has found himself being sued and outed for not really being that sorry. It's the third response from Logan Paul, and it's a pretty big change in Logan's attitude so far. So let's see what he has to say to us.
Step one, Jeff and I are going to burn our Zoo tokens so we have no financial upside in the game and it will add value to holder token.
That doesn't do anything because it doesn't help the demand. It doesn't matter how low the supply is if no one's buying it.
Step two, we want to offer a rewards program for players who are disappointed in the status of the game. So essentially you're going to be able to burn your base egg or your base animal for the mint price, which was 0.1 ETH or the equivalent in BNB. I am personally committing 1,000 ETH to this, which is about $1.3 million.
There are still a couple of issues in this because Ethereum isn't even worth half of what it was when they launched this project. They're only doing this because they got called out. And then what about all the other people who invested in the CryptoZoo? They've been the heartbeat of this whole story. And they feel very differently about this response than Logan's core audience does. They don't feel like it's enough. The scam was worth more than the $1.3 million. So the fact is, most victims are not going to be made whole by this plan. Just in Zoo coins alone, blockchain evidence shows $7.7 million was stolen by Logan's team, depending on who you believe. And this refund does nothing for those victims. It doesn't even apply to the holder of Zoo coins at all. You get nothing if you bought this in-game currency. So even though people spent $2.5 million on these eggs in order to refund all these holders at a mint price, it now only costs $1.3 million in today's money, which again is nice, but doesn't do enough justice because the Zoo coins were most of this scam. That's where most of the money was spent. It was on this in-game currency, which Logan seems to have no intention of refunding.
Step three, obviously finish and deliver the game as outlined in the white paper by completing the egg bridge from ETH to BSC for base animals and base eggs, completing the marketplace, and obviously completing the releasing your animals into the wild to accrue your yield function.
Logan already burned his stack. He doesn't have a horse in the race. Why would people care about this project now? It's already been gutted. People see what the project really is now, and it just doesn't make sense to invest in a founder who's only building this project because he's being guilted into building it.
Say I am disappointed in how this was handled internally is an understatement. There's a full internal investigation going on along with an audit, and we are going to pursue full legal action for whomever needs to be held accountable. If any money is recovered in the process, it'll go right to the community. My sole obligation is to my supporters, and I know this video is long overdue. Here it is. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize for how this has unfolded thus far, and I want people to know that they can trust me and that I'll always take care of the fans and people who support me.
Now Logan Paul wants his audience to trust him again. You can't just scam your audience and tell them to trust me again. Also, you haven't given anyone a reason to trust you at all. If he only just made this video to begin with, he would have been a lot better off, because his whole response here just seems so forced. It doesn't seem genuine at all because of how Logan replied earlier on. It is really given the vibes of "sorry guys, that I got caught." It looks like Logan Paul has found himself into some legal trouble with this. Some arbitration trouble because the creator and attorney Tom announced that he's representing CryptoZoo holders, and he's actually bringing Logan Paul and CryptoZoo and everyone involved there into arbitration.
For weeks of investigation and speaking to a significant number of CryptoZoo victims, we've taken legal action against CryptoZoo Incorporated, Logan Paul, Daniel Strobel, Jeff Levin, Eddie Ibanez, and Jake Greenbaum, alleging fraud, express breach of contract, implied breach of contract, unjust enrichment, violation of Delaware's prohibited trade practices, negligence, fraudulent misrepresentation, and conspiracy to commit fraud.
8 serious allegations, which again will be taken up in arbitration because of the terms of service that CryptoZoo had. because Tom highlighted this from the deleted terms of service from the CryptoZoo website for residents of the United States and other jurisdictions that enforce binding arbitration. You and CryptoZoo agree that any dispute, claim, or controversy between you and CryptoZoo arising in connection with or relating in any way to these terms or your relationship with CryptoZoo as a user of the service will be determined by a mandatory binding individual arbitration. Basically, this means Logan Paul is kind of offering something, but it's really not making it amends. An arbitration is where a neutral third party is handling the case rather than a judge, jury.
I do not want to suggest to you that just because a company puts something in their terms and conditions, that term or condition is automatically enforceable. In fact, I think there are quite a few terms and conditions present in the CryptoZoo agreement that I believe are unenforceable. And on top of that, I think that these terms and conditions as a whole might be unenforceable for a certain class of people. But the whole reason why I brought up this legal procedure issue is because if you are a CryptoZoo consumer, there is a reasonable chance that you are subject to these arbitration and class action waivers, meaning there might not be a public class action settlement where you can just receive some sort of notice, fill out a claim form, and receive whatever potential compensation you may or may not be entitled to.
But since it's in the terms of service of CryptoZoo, I'm assuming it's preferred for CryptoZoo to do it like that. Logan Paul doesn't seem to see anything wrong with advertising a game that will make you money. It never delivered millions of dollars being stolen by criminals he hired. And then when all of those people want their money back, he feels like he's the scapegoat. These guys shouldn't have believed me when I advertised to them a fun game that will make you money. It just doesn't make any sense. And at the end of Attorney Tom's video, he showed this arbitration case. He showed us terms from Logan Paul in Discord server that seems quite shady. He said that he's only refunding current owners. And someone said, if you sell, you lose common investing knowledge. And then he kind of bumped that right there. He also said, please do not put any more money in CryptoZoo. And when someone asked him, when you say, don't put more money into CryptoZoo, what are you trying to say? And someone replied, he's probably saying, hey, I'm sick of you guys blaming your investment decisions on me, so I'm putting it in writing. Don't buy any more. Well, that's just my guess. And he bumped that for some reason. He also replied to this Marvin guy saying, I believe there's been a misconception here. As outlined in the white paper, Zoo was created to support CryptoZoo, and it was not intended to be an investment vehicle.
CoffeeZilla is not a criminal. I called him, I apologized. My initial response to his series was that of fire, an ego, flair, whatever it is, pride. I'm a fighter at heart, and I was defensive because I know I never scammed anyone with this project. I never made any money, never sold any tokens, and I only had the best intentions going in. But the fact is that suing CoffeeZilla is not gonna help CryptoZoo holders, so I do need to focus my attention where it should be, which is on fans and supporters of me. You guys mean the world to me.
Well, that's the end from our investigation of three-part series where we highlight what happened in the CryptoZoo scam, what Logan Paul said in his defense. See you guys in another video. Until then, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.